welcome back. I'm Ms. Dharni, Assistant Professor in the Department of Psychology. Welcome to a unit on cognition where we will explore the fascinating nature of how we think and process information. This branch of psychology explains how and examine how our minds work, which is very similar to how we study about computers. In cognitive psychology, the brain is linked to a computer and a thinking process are very likely to be programmed. Throughout this unit, we will delve into various concepts and theories that will illustrate how we categorize information, reason, and form conclusions. This branch of psychology is also known as cognitive psychology. Studying thinking is like studying how a computer works, like how we explained in the last slide. In cognitive psychology, we focus on human information processing where the brain functions like a computer while our thoughts represent the programming. We will repeatedly refer to these comparisons as they help us to understand the mechanism behind a cognitive process. Cognition, which is literally to think. Moving on to concepts, which are mental categorization of objects or events that are different but yet similar in certain aspect. Can you see the picture on the screen and tell me what are they alike? For example, we group items like fruits, vehicles, books, and emotions such as love and sympathy into mental categories. Concepts can be further divided into artificial concepts, also known as formal concepts, which can be clearly defined by specific rules or properties. For instance, a triangle has defined characteristics such as a sum of its angles equaling to 180 degrees. Whereas when we talk about categorization, the artificial concepts can be classified into either conjunctive or disjunctive concepts. The conjunctive concepts are defined by the presence of two or more features. For example, a motorcycle must have two wheels, an engine, and handlebar which belong to that category. On the other hand, a disjunctive concept allows for disconnected items to belong to the same class. For instance, a spouse, which can either refer to a husband or a wife. When we explore the concept of concept formation, which is a cognitive process of classifying information or stimuli into meaningful categories. This involves several steps such as abstraction, generalization, and discrimination. Understanding these steps is very crucial for recognizing how we develop our mental framework for categorizing the experiences. Reasoning, which is also an aspect of cognition, can be transformed information to reach specific conclusion. It particularly involves drawing conclusion from a set of facts, observations, or assumptions. For example, when we see smoke at a distance, we suspect there might be a fire. This illustrates how reasoning helps us to make sense of information which is available in our everyday lives. When we dwell further deeper into reasoning, we have something called as deductive reasoning, which is also a form of reasoning where conclusions necessarily follow from certain premises. If the premises are true, then the conclusions must also be true. This type of reasoning often employs syllogisms, a form of formal reasoning which uses two premises to derive logical conclusions. Finally, let's discuss inductive reasoning, which involves drawing conclusions based on premises that provide support but do not guarantee truth. It is possible for conclusions to be false even if the premises are true. The reasoning uses available evidence to generate likely but uncertain conclusions. For example, guessing what food is being cooked by its aroma or conducting research with specific sample data to make generalizations about a larger population. And all of this combined together will help you understand better about reasoning, inductive reasoning, deductive reasoning, and also a conclusion on thought and cognition. Thank you for attention.